how being a martial artist keeps me shredded, and how you becoming a martial artist can become shredded. Now, welcome back. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about burning fat, building some muscle, and staying lean. When it comes down to it, some of you been following my journey from TikTok. I was really big. There was a point I was 200 pounds. I started making my TikToks, all of my workout videos. I dropped down to about 180 and I kind of was stuck there. Then after that, I committed myself to being a martial artist. Even though you see it as shadow boxing, boxing workouts, kickboxing workouts, I like to consider myself a martial artist. Once I really committed myself to just calling myself a martial artist and living a martial arts life, I mean, everything really just shaped out. My muscles, my abs, I lost all the fat. Like I said, I was when I really committed it, I was about 185. And I really just shook. Right now, I'm 5'7". I wake up at about 150 pounds, 150 to about 152. Throughout the day, before I go to sleep, I'll be about, depending on how much I ate and how crazy my workouts were during the day, I'll be about 155, 158. I'll never go above 160. But calling myself a martial artist is what kind of keeps me this way. And I'm going to give you some keys in which it can help you to lose fat, become ripped, and just be your best physically. Let's get into the lesson. Now, when I was trying to lose fat, there's all these scientific methods, okay? All these methods with exercise and sleep, all of these tools, these apps. I had to ditch all of them. I heard this, I was listening to a podcast. I forget which one it was, but they mentioned that testosterone is like a muscle. Now, what I do for me to stay this way, and you guys see the shadow box, you see all the workout videos. I'm in decent shape, okay? In order for me to stay this way, what I do is a form of hormone enhancing. No, no, no. But it is what it is. It's hormone enhancing. I'm not taking any pills. I'm not shooting any steroids. I don't take anything. The only thing that really supplements me outside of food and water is black coffee. That's it. I don't take like any capsules of anything, no multivitamins, no protein powders, no creatine, nothing, nothing. I don't buy anything from the store. The only thing that I get from the store is food, water, and coffee. Here and there, I'll get some pistachios. That's like the only other thing that outside of main staples of food, all right? But I kind of gear my life towards hormone enhancing. And like I said, once I heard the quote that testosterone is like a muscle and it has to be worked, once I kind of figured that out, I ditched all the science. Okay. And I got back to my primitive roots. I'm pure Filipino, okay? So the way I had to think about it was back in the days with my ancestors, if I had to go back to become a Filipino jungle warrior, you find me in the jungle and I'm the leader, I'm the greatest warrior of my jungle. What is it that I would be doing? And it was perfectly clear. Okay, when you kind of bring it back to these ancient times of warriorship, you can even say of ancient martial artists, you got to think they were, you can say they were the height of testosterone because they weren't fighting and competing. They were literally just killing each other. Okay, but at the same time, I'll bring it back to me. This is how I came to understand it, is that I'm pure Filipino. If I was an ancient warrior and you came to the Philippines, you came to the jungle, to my tribe. and I was a tribe leader, and you seen me, what is it that I would be doing? So what I did was I geared my life to somewhat being that tribe jungle leader. Okay? So the way that you enhance your hormones as a man, testosterone is a muscle and you got to work it. In the ancient times, me, Ches, in the jungle, Filipino jungle, in the Philippines, this tribe leader, on top of me being a warrior, I also have to be a hunter. What am I hunting? I'm hunting animals, meat, basically. So the thing is this, I always knew a lot about training. So I geared my training to just being a hunter, being able to go hunt big ass bears so I can find the bear. First, I gotta track the bear down. Then I gotta kill it. Then I gotta carry it with me, bring it back to my tribe, cut it up, and then feed it to my people. Okay? Now, that point, the training, we're gonna dig deep into this. How can I be the best hunter for my tribe? And this is where everything goes out the window. I mainly just do boxing workouts, boxing, kickboxing. Some of it is in the form of like karate when I'm doing just storing all my kicks, practicing my kicks. In my head, I gotta visualize that my boxing, my kicking is more for me to help me subdue a big ass animal that I'm trying to hunt for my family. When I stick in the realms of practicing my skills to go in the ring, that's just man against man. The limit of what I push it to is basically to the limit of the competition I'm going to be fighting. But now, let's say I train my skills, my boxing, my kicks, to go subdue a big ass beast that we're going to eat. The effort that I got to put towards that, it grows. So, a lot of my mental energy had to just become to the point where if I was a leader for my tribe and I got to use my physical skills, my fighting capabilities to feed my family. And when I go out into this jungle, the bears are like 1,000 pounds. The deers are like 2,000. They're like the size of a car. And I had to go out by myself. Am I physically ready to take that on? And once I clicked that in my head, I was like, okay, now I got to really amplify the training. With the training, everything is just geared towards that. I'm giving you guys my keys in which helps to propel me way past what we see on like YouTube or even, I don't want to say like UFC boxing, but as they say, back in the days, men had more testosterone. Back when there was war, back in like the 50s and 60s, if those men had a higher testosterone than men today, just imagine what the men who did live in jungles, who had to go hunt these big ass animals, imagine how high their testosterone was. So why not do what they did? So, same thing. All of the training. Dude, I don't do any like curls, no bodybuilding stuff. Probably the main bodybuilding thing I do is sit ups. But again, the way I do sit ups, when I'm hitting it, I'm making sure that, dude, if like a ram, a billy goat, uses his horns to ram me in the stomach, I can just stand there and take it. Right? So, all of my training, dude, is just geared to being the best tribal hunter that I can be. Okay? So this is some exercises, yes, of course. The shadow boxing, the kicking, hitting the heavy bag. I gotta think, dude, if the bear squares up with me, how am I able to subdue it? I gotta train to be like one shot, one kill, but at the same time, dude, if it's a 2,000 pound bear, it's gonna take multiple shots. So I gotta be able to slip and move and just keep whacking on this thing while dodging its claws. You see how like my testosterone is just getting amplified now, just thinking about it. Okay? because the danger is much higher. My body and my brain has to access more of this testosterone. It has to create more on its own because of the thing I'm preparing for. Okay, so no bodybuilding stuff. Even though you see like some chest muscles, some arm muscles, all of this is built just for me to be the best tribal hunter for my tribe. Okay, so another thing is like the bear crawls. I made the video for mixed martial arts, but the bear crawling, dude. If I'm like in the jungle and I see my prey, I'm gonna come down. Then I'm gonna on all fours just be as fast as I can, staying low. Like if it's a bear or if it's a deer, the deer normally will come up to you and ram you almost at like head height if it's a big 2,000 pound elk. Okay, but if I'm on all fours, like for it to put its head down, it's really because of the weight of the horns, it's gonna kind of drive itself into the ground. It can't really put too much power very low to the ground. So I'll use that to my advantage. I'll be really low, really fast. That's what the bear crawling does. The bear crawling puts me back in a state of my primal animalistic savagery. Okay? The speed that I can bear crawl at, it's amazing. And I used that thought of just hunting this 2,000, 4,000 pound elk that I can bring home to my tribe. That thought, along with me bear crawling, really just amplifies whatever testosterone I need to get the job done. Hormone enhancing. Testosterone is like a muscle. Okay? And like I said, when I was 200 pounds, dude, I was still, but it was more, I was doing some push ups, pull ups. I mean, I was buff. I have some videos. Just go to my TikTok. You'll see, scroll all the way to the beginning. I was fluffy, but I had a pouch, dude. I had a flab. I mean, I had boobs. But I was bulky. But everything was for an aesthetic look, like to be bulky, to have like my shirt stretched out. Mentally, it's not a big enough threat to just look good and like have nice boxing skills. It's not a big enough threat. So the testosterone that I had to produce is very minimal. On top of the diet that I was eating, dude, I was drinking energy drinks, this and that. When you cut out all of those aids, energy drinks, um, pre workouts, even all these other weirdo foods, um, your body then has to kick it on. That's why I only stick to black coffee. Most times I try not to drink coffee before a workout and I just let myself just naturally. I gotta just turn it on. And like I said, testosterone is like a muscle. In order for my body to go from extremely tired, zero, to 2,000 miles per hour, to defeat this imaginary 4,000 pound elk, my body has to produce chemicals to get me to go. Okay? Understand this. When you look at me, if you take away all the tattoos, I grow out my mustache, you can see I'm bald. I'm monk style now. Hey, hey. I grow out my hair, grow out my mustache. I didn't have these tattoos. Like I was in the jungle, tribal leader. If you look at me, I'm basically what the top of the top male would look like. I'm extremely dark. I'm kind of lean. I'm not like bulky big. I am the perfect size muscular wise for my height and my frame structure. Naturally, I am like what a tribal warrior would look like. You go to like Africa, you'll see guys, they're like lean, but they're kind of stringy like me. They are like the height of what a testosterone male would look like. Okay? When you see the big muscles like bodybuilders, you gotta understand that that's enhanced, and it's a process to which builds the muscle. The muscle I have is built purely in my head just to be a great martial artist and the greatest tribal hunter for my clan. When you're a bodybuilder, You're manipulating dumbbells, exercises to be bigger, which of course to that's an unnatural way. It's not natural to be that big. For me to be this size, this is extremely natural. Like I said, I don't take anything, okay? This is extremely natural. I get any bigger than this. Naturally, for me to be this tribal hunter, leader, things are going to clash because I'm not going to have the cardio and agility to carry whatever excess muscle I have. It's going to take way too much oxygen. Something's going to give. I'm either going to get much more leaner or I'm going to lose muscle mass. And that's just what it is. So that's what the training. The training, dude, no push-ups, no. If I do some pull-ups, I'll do some pull-ups here and there. I'll do push-ups here and there, but it's all geared towards just being the greatest tribal hunter leader, martial artist warrior for my clan. If I do pull-ups, I'm basically thinking I gotta climb a tree to scout this animal, or I'm climbing the tree to get fruits for my people. Now, here comes the other part that I believe everybody is missing. It's the diet. Once I committed myself to this warrior diet, everything fell into place. I don't have to count any macros. I feel extremely good. I'm not starving at all. Like you see me like this, you would think like I'm on like chicken breast with broccoli. No, I'm not. What I eat is just meat and fruits. Meat with a lot of fat. And I figured out I figured this one out a long time ago, but I didn't really implement it because you get blinded by the information out there and you see guys with results and they talk about science this science that program and you want to follow it. But I knew about this for a long time. When it comes to diet, just look at your ethnicity. Look at your most dominant background. For me, I'm pure Filipino, so I gotta just locate where my ancestry came from and just look at what those tribal warriors eat. My clan, I wouldn't say my clan, but my bloodline is basically from the mountains. In the mountains, we're not going to be too readily available to fish or lobster or crabs. So, lots of domesticated animals, whatever cows, pork, pigs running around in the forest, chickens. Then, of course, in the mountains, in the forest, there's trees, fruits. So that's all I stuck it to. And for me, that is what keeps me and fuels me to be this top tribal hunter of my clan. I train the way and I move in the way that the cult leader, the clan leader, Ches Kintari, would move. Now there's a way that he eats. Of course, he moves the way he moves so he can go hunt these big ass elks and bears in the jungle and climb these 40-foot banana trees and coconut trees to get coconuts and bananas. If he moves a certain way to go hunt these animals and climb these trees to eat it, I gotta eat that. So it's aligned and it's matched, and this is what you see. Same thing. Now as a martial artist, it's in the same thing. Samurais, they trained to kill. Samurais, they trained to protect the dynasty. Whatever was readily available to them. Same thing, dude. They had the same thing. Cows, chickens. They would farm stuff. They had vegetables. They would eat that. So if you're Japanese, just eat what samurais would eat. Sumo wrestlers, I really dug into sumo wrestlers. Sumo wrestling is very old. That's one of my secrets on how you can build strong legs. Look into sumo wrestling. Strong, athletic, big legs. Okay? If you're Japanese, look into samurais, eat what they ate. If you're from if you got to look at your background, if you're Caucasian, you got to look into like Vikings, the Irish, whatever they were eating, eat that. But for me, we don't have too much dynasties, so to say. We're very tribal. So it was extremely easy to see what I had to eat. So tribal leader, hunter, Same thing, martial artist. The guy who can hunt and the clan that he takes with him to go hunt when there's another tribe coming in. That's the same people that's going to defend the territory, all right? Martial artist, hunter. So when it comes to diet, that's all it is. Just eating what I would hunt. And it's a lot of meat with a lot of fat. I don't eat any grains, if I can't um basically it's just meat and fruits, okay? I don't want to like put down any other foods. Like I said, this is the point where you got to almost research your background and where your actual bloodline was, okay? If my tribe was more along the water, my diet that would enhance my hormones and my physical genetics would be a lot different. I would have to probably be eating a lot of fish and a lot of vegetables. But because we're in the mountains, in the forest, animals and fruits, things on trees, maybe some seeds here and there, some nuts, but rarely, okay? And that's just what it is for me. So for you, you got to really just dig back into your history a little bit, your most dominant background, okay? My son, he's mixed. So he has a bit of Caucasian and he has a lot of Indian, Native American. What I would suggest him do is run along the lines of that Native American, because Native Americans understood naturally how to become strong. They had, I'm not going to say his Caucasian side didn't, but Native Americans had to survive longer as a people within a natural state. And dude, you go look up Native Americans, they're warriors, they understood how to work with the land, so it'll be much easier on his life. He doesn't have to get all confused with science. Like, a lot of the routes are made out for him. Same thing for me. I had to stop looking around at science, how I can do things better. I kind of had to just research the history background and just bring that knowledge here. And that's what I'm sharing with you as a martial artist, warrior, hunter for the clan. Okay? So when it comes to working out, you got to gear all your training towards being the prize hunter of your clan. Okay? Then your diet has to just be what you're eating, what you're hunting. That's just what it is, man. And that's how I stay lean and ripped, just through hormone enhancing my body. Okay, this is the only warning, is that my body is primed to be this man that hunts big game with nothing but a spear and a knife. Okay, so basically I'm always on edge. If you guys are martial artists, Filipinos, we have eskrima, kali, knife fighting. Filipinos are very aggressive, extremely aggressive. They don't believe in fighting fair. That's why they got knife fighting. One hit, one kill, dude. And the knife fighting, it's not like what is that? They have that other knife fighting. Basically, a screamer. You see them with sticks, but in Philippines they actually use these knives. When they say knife fighting, it's blade, and it's not like a switchblade. No, it's like a machete. Eskrima, a lot of the Eskrima masters in the Philippines are extremely skilled and they're extremely fast with these really big machete hunting blades, big wide blades, and they can. Okay, same thing, and it was developed from the ability to hunt and the ability to defend the clan. Same thing. A lot of Filipinos are extremely aggressive, and they like to play with knives. They don't play games. But like I said, when you kind of bring it back to your ancestry roots, you take just the diet and the thought of you trying to hunt big game. You take all of that and you bring it here into this modern world. And what I've done is I mixed it with the martial arts, the Shaolin, of Wudang. Because like I said, I am enhanced as a hunter. I can be on edge. So as a martial artist with the meditation side, the woo woo, it helps to balance things out. Cause I'm extremely savage. You see how dark I am. I can be out and you see all the workouts. I am out in the sun. I am not in. Right now I'm in a home, okay? Well, most of my workouts, I'm outside in the sun. I just posted a couple videos. I was in the rain. I'm training in boots. Dude, like the savagery is just out of this world. I've learned how to enhance my testosterone by just becoming more of a savage human being. But when I do that, the mind clicks to a primal place to where like some of my reaction towards people is not too great. So I use the martial arts to calm myself down. And this is how you gotta kind of flow everything on this journey. You trying to lose fat, become a better fighter, become a better martial artist, become ripped, enhance your fighting abilities, and just overall enhancing your life. It's gonna be a crazy journey, and you're gonna make mistakes. Okay, I made a lot of mistakes, and with this video, I'm just giving you the keys in which you can hurdle some mistakes. You're part of my tribe. I'm your leader. And when I go out to go hunt this big game, I need guys who I can rely on. You know what I mean? So it's obviously the tribe leader always got to pass his knowledge down to his people because his people, he relies on them. So this is why I'm giving it to you, you know? When we buddy up and we go find this elk, it's game over. It's game over for this elk. We're eating good, okay? Now don't get over it in that karma of, oh, if you eat animals, Native Americans. I learned that, when they hunt the animal, they don't waste the animal. They use everything of the animal. It's just the circle of life. If you take in the animal and you use it for your selfish gains, you can accumulate karma, so to say. I take in the animals to become stronger. Now that I have all this strength, I gotta pass it to you. So I'm using the energy, the life force from the animals, the fruits, to help you cultivate your life force so you can pass whatever I'm passing on to your bloodline. Okay? If you want to get into this whole karma of with animals and this and that, even if the animal was slaughtered um, in an unhumane way, I gotta be able to take all that pain, whatever spiritual karma they did to that animal, to the cow, when I eat it. Of course, if you want to be on my level, you're gonna feel some stuff. When I feel it, I gotta learn to transmute that karma, that trauma from that animal, transmute it in me, and do my best to be the best I can for you. And that's just what it is. I'll be making more videos on this, but when it comes to being ripped as a martial artist, you gotta almost think of yourself as a tribe, clan leader. Like I said, if you catch me in the forest, it literally grow out my hair, my mustache, whatever, take away all of my tattoos. I am what a tribe leader would look like. Just in the sun all day, hunting big game. The muscles are just mainly built for just hunting the big game, hauling it back, feeding my clan. Think of yourself in that way. Devise all of your training to hunting big game. Then your mind will start to be like, okay, he's no longer trying to fight people. He's trying to fight this big game that's out there. We got to give him more testosterone so he can be stronger and faster. So he can be much sharper. Okay? Don't just try to go to look big and, impress women with the six pack. This six pack is made. If a goat comes with his horns, tries to ram me, I should be able to take it. Okay? So let your mind expand to that thought that, you're a tribal leader, the leader of the clan. You and your crew gotta go out hunt this big game so you can sustain your bloodline. That's what it is. And always remember, always remember, train hard and be kind until next time. Let's go.